For some men, the hardest distance to create is the one from family. An alpha might try to dominate it. A follower will conform to it, but a sigma knows when to step back from it. He's not doing it out of anger or disrespect, but out of a deeper need for self-preservation and peace. It's a quiet strength, a silent decision that outsiders rarely understand. If you've ever felt this pull, this deliberate separation from the people you were supposed to be closest to, then you understand the truth we're about to uncover. Stick around to the end, because we're going to get to the core of why Sigma males keep a great distance from family relationships. And I'll share some wisdom on how this distance isn't a weakness, but a well-guarded strength. We're going to get into things like finding strength in solitude and the truth about freedom, not as a privilege, but as a need. Number 1, freedom's chains. For a Sigma male, personal freedom and autonomy are not just nice to have, they are everything. It is a fundamental need that dictates his life. This core principle often conflicts with the unwritten rules and expectations that come with family. The family, with all its love and tradition, can often feel like a set of heavy chains. Let's say a family expects him to show up for every holiday, to follow a specific career path, or to live life based on traditions that make no sense to him. He doesn't see these as loving requests. He sees them as obligations that threaten his clear thinking and authentic self. He believes that living a life dictated by others is a form of suffocation, a loss of the very self he has worked so hard to build. And so he pulls away. This distance is a deliberate act of self-preservation. In the end, a Sigma male would rather be alone and free than surrounded and controlled. Number 2, trauma's echoes. The emotional distance of a Sigma male is a self-protective mechanism, often a response to past emotional wounds. This is not coldness, it's a learned strategy. While most people are taught to push through and pretend, a Sigma male recognized early on that some scars require space to heal. In a family setting, old wounds like being invalidated or compared to a sibling can echo in everyday interactions. A Sigma male doesn't want to reopen these old scars. He sees his distance as a form of detachment, a quiet way to maintain his inner peace. He steps back to avoid the very things that caused him pain, and it allows him to protect his most vulnerable parts without having to explain himself. In the end, he chooses self-preservation over the risk of re-injury because he believes some wounds can only fade in solitude. Number 3, role breakout. The average man will often accept the role handed to him by his family, the problem solver, the black sheep, the caretaker. But a Sigma male actively dislikes and refuses to conform to these inherited roles. He recognizes when his identity is being reduced to a label that serves the family's narrative, and he views these roles as a prison. This disrupts the family's power balance. Let's say he's always been the one everyone calls to fix things, and suddenly he stops. The family might interpret this as selfish, but his internal logic is far from it. He believes his identity is his to define, not a script someone else built for him. He doesn't want to live according to a narrative that isn't his own. The result is a courageous act of liberation. He will quietly walk away from any role that suffocates his true self. He's not running from responsibility, he's choosing to define his own path rather than living according to a script someone else built for him. Number 4, peace over pretense. A Sigma male values inner peace and authenticity above all else, which often puts him at odds with superficial family gatherings and fake harmony. While others might see a large family dinner as a time for tradition, he sees through the smiles plastered over unspoken grudges and unresolved conflicts. To him, tradition means nothing if it sacrifices his peace of mind. He sees a relationship built on denial as far more dangerous than open conflict. He believes in being real, not being agreeable. He doesn't want to participate in a charade that drains his energy and disrespects his need for truth. And so he creates space. He'll quietly decline an invitation or step away from a tense conversation because he'd rather be absent and at peace than present and in pretense. Number 5, respect is love. For a Sigma male, Love without respect is hollow. While many people mistake possessiveness or entitlement for love, a Sigma sees it as disguised control. He believes that true loyalty is earned through action, not automatic. This disrupts the family's expectations because the crowd expects love to be unconditional even when boundaries are crossed. For the Sigma male, a relationship that ignores his choices or undermines his independence isn't love. It's an attempt to own him. He doesn't want to be possessed. His internal logic tells him that if he allows disrespect, he loses his integrity. So he steps back. His distance is a stand for the integrity of his life, demanding that love be proven through genuine respect and not just words. Number 6. Solitude strength. The Sigma male finds his greatest clarity and strength in solitude, which he sees as a form of self-mastery. The average man fears being alone, but a Sigma understands that solitude is a powerful fuel for creativity and personal growth. He's not antisocial, he is selectively social, prioritizing meaningful connections over a large quantity of superficial interactions that drain his emotional energy. He knows he can't pour from an empty cup. He believes that by spending time alone, he can show up to relationships already full, already whole. He doesn't need others to complete him. It gives him the ability to engage with people on his own terms without a neediness that can compromise his integrity. This lone wolf approach allows him to build himself so he can be the man he needs to be. Number 7. Old wounds heal. The distance kept by a Sigma male is often a conscious choice for healing. While most people are told to forget and forgive, he understands that unhealed wounds cannot fade if he's constantly surrounded by the environments or people that caused them. He sees detachment as a necessary space to rebuild himself. Let's say he was always blamed for problems or his feelings were consistently dismissed. His logical choice is to create distance. He doesn't want to be in a place that constantly reminds him of past hurts or puts him at risk of reopening them. This act of stepping back allows him to finally feel whole and grow stronger. This is why a Sigma male isn't angry. He just feels better walking alone on a path that leads to his own healing. What are your thoughts? Have you experienced any of these in your own life? Let me know in the comments below. In the end, it all comes down to inner strength. The distance a Sigma male keeps from his family isn't a retreat. It's a strategic fortification of his mind and his peace. It's a quiet testament to his self-respect and his deep-seated need for autonomy. Your greatest strength isn't in what you dominate, but in what you can calmly walk away from. Don't ever mistake your silence for weakness. The fear you sense from others doesn't always come from aggression. Sometimes it's caused by the quiet clarity and unwavering control you possess. Your strength is far too deep for anyone to take away. Thank you so much for watching.